This episode of The Direction is brought to you by Lone Star 811. Experience the Lone Star 811 advantage. The boats are all hooked up and we're headed to none other than Kentucky Lake. These fish are done spawning. They should be on the ledges. Yesterday I talked to Chris and Jimmy. Jimmy's on his way by plane right now. Chris is actually out on the lake doing a little fishing and been sending me some photos of some pretty good ones. Look right there. He scanned 3 spots, made 2 casts, and caught that pig. You go down here, look at this one on a crankbait there. Boy, oh boy, this looks like it's gonna end up being a little fun. I'm Mark Stowe, and each week we head out fishing. All right, here we go. Being joined by people who have a story to share. Join us as we tell their stories and catch some fish along the way. This is The Direction. It's always fun to be fishing in your home state. We're gonna be on Kentucky Lake today, and I'm gonna be joined by a friend of mine, Chris Beaudrie. Chris lives on Kentucky Lake, and we're also gonna have a great friend that you've seen multiple times on these shows, Jimmy Jennings, joining us from Maryland. It ought to be some great fish catching action. Look, speaking of none other, perched up on the steps with a cup of coffee. He walks in like a princess. Waiting on me. I've rolled up the boat cover, I've gotten everything ready, and you're sipping on coffee.
Exactly, I was waiting on you to get all that done. Well, you've done all the work, I'm right out here.
The arrival of the fish catching machine. I know one thing, couple biscuits, and I'll be ready to hit the water. I don't care about any other meal today, as you well know.
That's all right, we got $80 worth of bloating.
We do
We're
got
gonna eat
$80. We do got $80 worth of bologna in that, don't we? We're on. Hey, it's stow time, son. Stow time means no time.
Good, good.
Chris Beaudrie.
Chris, good to meet you.
Ready?
What's up, man?
I don't think it's supposed to storm today.
Is it supposed to? I didn't even look.
I looked at it last night. It was saying it was going to storm, but I looked at it again just a minute ago. It's like 10%
Hey,
chance.
nice cloudy day, man. Might make it
That's actually not good.
Oh, don't push them down.
Yeah, the sunny days are the best.
What, push
Right,
them down?
yeah.
Keep them
But
tight.
I've caught them on cloudy days too. We've got about, I checked probably 30 or 40 spots.
Did you go through that many yesterday? How many did you find them on?
6.
So you go through, think about this. Now he goes along, and this is where electronics plays into all this. Go along, you scan 30 spots, and you're only gonna pick 6 of them to fish.
I only like to fish where the fish are at, so I'm glad he did that.
Oh, would y'all like to introduce y'all to Jimmy, my fishing expert. He's always at my side.
Never go wrong if you fish where the fish are.
For his brains, not for his catching, let me promise you. So I guess what we need to do is we need to throw your tackle in this boat.
Yeah.
And you, I don't know what you're gonna do. That's all I got to say.
I do. I'm gonna catch fish that will be edited out of a TV show.
And so you know, if you want to dish it out, be more than happy, because I promise you, he dishes more than I can handle.
It's summertime, it's hot, and we're on Kentucky Lake. We're gonna go fish deep. We're gonna catch them on the ledges, and hopefully an Asian carp doesn't jump in there and hit Jimmy in the face. I wouldn't want that to happen.
Oh, we haven't failed to tell you about those yet.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for a good day.
Or disaster, we don't know which. Time's out.
Hey, let's see if my lake map card's in here this time.
It better be.
It's in there. Look.
may not be big, but it's the first fish in the boat.
That's right. First one in the boat, Jimmy does it again. This segment was brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. This segment is brought to you by Power Pole, swift, silent, secure.
To the left too, all of it's good compared to that dude. As wide as you just see.
Look how many boats are up here.
Jimmy's got him another
What
one.
in the world is he
Catching
back there doing?
fish, catching fish.
The hammer's in the back of the boats, huh?
I'm getting a little upset. These little fish keep knocking my worm off. I would like to keep that worm for your brother, all right? These are fish.
What's the bill back there?
Those are fishermen.
This is why I don't really like taking him anywhere, because he really does catch fish, and I really don't mean for it to happen. Oh, there he is. Oh, I broke a rod. Daggone, that GoPro was right there, and I went right into it. Knew what was about to happen there. Yeah. Bye-bye, $100. $300. Yeah, luckily I know the guy. But rods aren't made to slam right through a camera. Daggone it.
You give me a hard time for losing a 10-cent worm.
Okay, so you like this one?
This is unbelievable. The crowd I have to hang around with. Breaking rods, getting hung up with each other.
Jimmy,
I don't know what I'm
we
gonna
don't
do
need
with
any
this group.
commentary.
It's a TV show, actually we do. Just not this commentary.
What we're doing is we got a big point all the way out through here. And we're throwing off the edges of it and just kind of reeling this swim bait. All right, so we got this great big spoon out, dyed on as well. Now, what will we be doing with that spoon? Or will we even be
Jigging.
jigging?
I kind of halfway expected Jimmy to throw his spinner reel like this.
Oh!
You ever seen him do that, Mark?
Oh, yes.
Going out worries me. When Mark sets that hook, I'm really scared. He thinks more of that camera right there than he does me.
Oh,
We saw what he did to that.
Here's what I got to say. Everything in the boat is in my way. What are you looking for, Jimmy?
Oh, some fishing gear.
You break off?
No.
Oh, yeah, that ain't fishing gear. It's coming out of white plastic bags.
Some donut sticks man.
All right, now look what we're about to do. You're gonna stand there for one time, and then if this works, then I'll get another rod out here in 1 second. When we go out and get him a crankbait out. All right. All right, now look.
I'm going trolling.
Now,
Let out a bunch of lines.
we're gonna empty these spools on these reels. This is called long line. You cast, you let out the line. The reason for this is you let the line out, and when you start cranking it, the thing will be 20 feet deep the whole way. You going? See now what my bait's doing? See it digging the bottom? I mean, it's digging the whole way now. Oh, I think. Yeah, there he is.
Got him?
I believe so. Yeah, there he is. Now he got mad. He was out there when he hit that thing. Ease him in there. That's a good old fatten.
We found him.
Now, there's that. Big old fatten on that big crankbait. That's what you're talking about right there. Post spawn, look at them fattening back up. Pretty fish. What do you think, Jimmy?
That same size as the ones I caught earlier, man.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, here we go.
I think it might have been a little bit of a difference. I'm not sure.
Get on down there, buddy. And that's what it's all about right there. This segment is brought to you by Denali Rods, tournament tested, tournament tough. So far, Jimmy's been showing us that he can catch some fish right off the bat. We did a little long lining and I was able to put a good one in the boat on the first try. What we're doing is we're lining up on this edge of this ledge, right? And long line and then this one.
You can do it both directions. Sometimes I like it better one way or the other. The big concept is you're just getting that bait down there where it needs to be.
What we've done, we've tossed our crankbaits out. Now we've run a bunch of line off with the trolling motor. And we're right on the edge of this ledge and Chris is keeping us lined up and you say when, boss. All right, we're clicking and engaging and we're gonna start cranking and reeling.
Yeah, there's a line coming.
Yeah, his line's on its way up right there, ain't it? There he comes, there he comes. There you go. Yep, he's still a keeper. Come here, fish.
He's massive.
Oh, yeah, look at here. You know what? This guy is putting them in the boat today.
I seen him jump way out there and he didn't say that.
How bad? How many? I ain't seen nothing. Here we go. See what I told Matt right here. For some reason, he's silent all the time, and then all of a sudden,
Go get your bait.
a little bit of neatness about this technique. We're throwing a crankbait out as far as we can, then we're letting out as much line as we can, and we're cranking it down there. That's keeping that crankbait on the bottom for a longer amount of time, and you're just keeping it in the strike zone. Just burning real, people, burning real.
Sir,
You have to fish.
I think so, but it's hard to tell. One second I feel like I got him, and the next second I don't.
Dude, I seen him right there. I just seen him. No, Mark's
You got one.
I'm just jacking
Cuber.
them. I was going,
Aw.
he pretty good.
Sorry, Jimmy. I knew Mark had
I was not gonna cry wolf again, so.
another quality.
Oh, look at that. Whoa, baby. Eddie is just crazy. You let that much line out, and how it just changes how that bait gets down there. I'm gonna put one of them trebles in my hand. Right there, quality.
That's what I
My
felt.
friend, Kentucky Lake. Post spawn.
Hey,
Long lining,
I got one too.
good stuff.
Do these count?
No.
Hold them up.
There he comes, look at this. Oh. There you go. Nice fish. There we go. That's a good old swim bait, look at that. The bites you get out here are definitely quality bites, Chris, you know it?
I hope you don't catch one this cast because I just ruined
Just
it.
like that, so don't never pop your jaw again. Did I tell you to
Watch
film
it.
this from start to finish, baby? Don't never.
Watch him get off. Get off, fish.
He's pretty, I don't know, he feels pretty good. Oh, God. Oh,
Almost jumped in the boat.
whoa, whoa, baby. I'm not calling that shot, baby. I called it. Jimmy, I told you to film that cast from start to finish, baby. There's what we're looking for. Look how bloody that fish is, still in her tail. Where's she been spawning? Just coming out.
Coming out
Holy
hungry.
smokes, look at that. Mr. Beaudrie. That's what you call him right there. Woo! Sayonara. Oh yeah, son. Woo-hoo. Now that's what I call smacking one. That's a smack down. You can't help but just start.
Give me $100 to delete the last 5 minutes.
$100 to delete the last 5 minutes.
Just name your price, man.
This segment is brought to you by Bloodhound, the leader in private utility locating. Now it's time for your safe digging moment of the week, brought to you by 811. Always remember to call before you dig. Our 811 moment of the week has to be me telling the cameraman to start rolling because I'm gonna catch a fish on this cast.
Oh, almost jumped in the boat.
Whoa, baby. I'm not calling that shot, baby. I called it. And amazingly enough, well, it happened. And that doesn't happen too often. Oh, there we go. There we go. Fish on, baby. Fish on. Good. Oh yeah, look at that. Big old fish, big old fat.
Dialed in a little bit.
Look at there. Oh yeah.
Jimmy, I don't think them 13 inches gonna make it.
One of the things we're seeing on these lakes is lots and lots of these Asian carp. And if you look out here, you keep seeing what looks like little debris, and it's their fins on the top of the water. And we've been watching them coming down the river, you know, the lake here.
Well, that was about not a hook set.
No, it wasn't a hook set. I couldn't do nothing about using my way, brother. But anyway, as them Asian carp move down through here, these big pigs just taking, waylay this bait, and this is good. Oh yeah, another good one. Look at this. Oh yeah, another fatty right there, baby. Look at that. Woo! Boys and girls, that's what bass fishing all about. Kentucky Lake. Little fella, go have your fun day. Man, it's one of them bites you just chuck and wind to just stay the course. Because when you run across them, you thump them.
You want me, Daddy, man?
Stay
There
down.
he is.
Stay down.
Good fish.
Hey, ain't that bad. Oh, look at that, into the net.
Nothing but that.
Just good old chunk right there. Chris, look at that stuff, brother. He wouldn't make our call today, though, which is good. There he is. Got him that time. Don't say it, buddy. You ain't gonna do that a second time to me.
Big one? Another little one.
I ain't just a keeper.
That's pretty good. Put them in the boat like a man. There you go. About to lose him.
Boom. Quick catch and release, baby.
Get that net mark.
Uh-oh, I heard that.
Right.
Hold on. Coming around you. All right, another nice one. Hold on. Ah, that's a good one.
That's a 5-pounder, baby.
Yeah, that's a 5 plus there. Look at that big bucket mouth.
We're well over 5, Jimmy.
Go for it. I'm down here. Hey, down here piddling around with the electronics for a minute. And you're catching Piggly Wiggly. Big old crankbaits, big old bass, Kentucky Lake. I love it. Look at that. Look how fresh. My goodness. Dude, I gotta tell you one thing. There ain't nothing more fun than throwing these big old baits at these fish. You know what? It's just nothing more fun. I see why you're addicted to it. Picasso Sugin head. Big old bait. 1.25 ounces. We've been throwing this thing throughout the day. 10XD crankbaits, big spoon. We didn't have any luck with it, But being out here on these ledges right after these fish have left spawning and came out here, it's amazing how deep they go and how quick they move out here. If you have never been down on one of these TVA lakes, Pickwick, Kentucky, and experienced that deep water bite, it's well worth coming down and checking it out. 'Cause I've had a fun day in good company.
Absolutely. Been a blast.
A great time, a great fisherman, and great friend and great fisherman.
Hey.
It's been fun. We're gonna go put these things on the trailer.
Yeah.
The direction is brought to you by 811. Know what's below, call before you dig. We would also like to thank these fine partners. Closed captioning is brought to you by USA North. Call 811 before you dig.